This story comes to us from azcentral.com. And who sent me to AZ Central? None other than YouTube content creator DirectD. So y'all go to DirectD. He's the one that really brought this to my attention when he talked about it on YouTube. And I said, let me look that up. And apparently the idea was not to throw the entire law enforcement community under the bus, but a judge did. The judge's idea was to challenge the makeup of Arizona's Board of Executive Clemency. Say that 3 times. Arizona's Board of Executive Clemency. Baby buggy bumper. But the idea was to challenge that Board of Executive Clemency. That was the plan of legal representatives of death row inmate Clarence Dixon. They filed a petition with the court saying that the board was illegally constituted by having too many former law enforcement professionals on it. According to state law, no more than 2 members from the same professional discipline shall be members of the Board of Executive Clemency at the same time. It's a good rule, but one of those rare instances of common sense from our state lawmakers, they're saying. The idea is to populate the board with a cross-section of citizenry, since the group will be making life or death decisions. So 2 cops, 2 car mechanics, 2 doctors, 2 lawyers, 2 dentists. Hey, I wonder where they got that from. Could it be Noah's Ark? 2 by 2. The cows, the birds, the horses, the rams, the sheep, the pigs. Who would be the pigs? But anyway, 2 by 2. In Arizona, the governor can commute a death sentence, but can only do so if the Board of Executive Clemency recommends it. So you have more than 2 cops on there. You think the cops are going to recommend clemency? The board is supposed to have 5 members. 1 seat is vacant at the moment, and 3 of the others are filled with men who spent their professional lives in law enforcement. So out of 5 members, you have 1 vacant, and you have 3 that are cops. So who's the other one? But Michael Johnson and Salvador Freni each retired from the Phoenix Police Department after decades of service. It doesn't matter if they retired, they were cops at one time, right? So they're retired cops. No, they're retired. They're 2 retired guys. Retirement's not a profession either. Is it? I don't know. Luis Quinones spent years working for different agencies with the same profession. Maricopa County Superior Court Judge Stephen Hopkins disagrees with that and says historically law enforcement has not been thought of as a profession. So this judge is like, law enforcement ain't a profession. Okay, I guess the writer of this story says because every single law enforcement he's come into contact with over the years, individuals who have studied criminal justice, gone through rigorous training at the police academy, and spent years or decades developing their skills and their expertise, consider themselves to be part of a proud, universally recognized profession. The judge says, nope. According to the judge, who says the non-profession of law enforcement, it is not regulated as other professions are and has little of the characteristics of what is typically considered a profession. Now, they said this came as a shock to say the Phoenix Police Department, which presumably will now disband its Professional Standards Bureau, since according to this particular court ruling, its officers are not professionals. So Phoenix PD goes, oh, we're not professionals? Well, let's disband our Professional Standards Bureau. Do whatever we want. We're not professionals. You know what? Some cops don't even act professional. Some do. I'm going to give some cops credit. But the lawyers for inmate Dixon are contemplating an appeal of the judge's ruling, which would result in the first time ever that the entire law enforcement community join forces with a death row inmate. That's right, Arizona, Mesa, Tempe, Phoenix. I won't include Flagstaff, or should I? But all of you, you're not a profession. Just a bunch of guys in uniform.